Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders.
Set to kick off.
3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Rick. 52. Mike 52. You run. Check.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Check three.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Set.
down. 18 Gator.
Show it up. Show it up. Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. I'm coming.
Now Brady throwing on second down. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 89 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Yes, yes.
SOS.
Fine.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Hey, Echo.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. So nice number 1. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
80 weapon.
Come on here. Come get some.
Ready.
To throw on second down. Goddard. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey. Move. Defense.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Cut. Where's 52? Black 52. 52's the mic.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill.
Now.
Check.
Let's go.
On first down, Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. The 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Tight end Ringo.
Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Switch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On play action, it's Brady. Flush to his right. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, shoot on the ball now.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. That one complete to Elliott. Good move at the 30. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Brady now on first down. Buying time to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 6-6. Bullet 5.
Shotgun now for Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Off the play fake. Goddard. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Chopper!
Alert 3. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Sponge. No.
They'll run with Khan. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And he cuts it right into space. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
You better be ready. Don't be
5.
Everybody, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. I'm coming. 36, 36.
Hit it.
Back to throw. Goddard. That's complete to Cobb. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Protein spill.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Go.
Hey, exit. Rock it. Get it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Caught by Cobb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
At the Bengals 38-yard line.
Pilot 64, weak.
All day, every day, any day.
Now Cobb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Third down and 12.
Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, that QB's
Roll out.
Switch.
X3, 218, chopper.
Quick the edge. Come.
Bravo. Now.
On 3rd down, Goddard going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
Hey, nice 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Throwing on 1st down. Goddard, wide open receiver, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Alpha.
Mike 20, Mike 20. I know you ain't got it. Mike 20, Mike 20.
Look, squeeze.
Watch the run. Check safety.
Looking to throw. Goddard nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 13-yard line.
Hey, echo. Yep.
Mike 20, Mike 20.
Five.
Second and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ready. 70, Indy.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Hey, Foxtrot.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Let's go one more.
Hey.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Set up. 18 Gator.
Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hey, wahoo.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Oh, yeah.
Go.
Here we go again.
Fair.
Nickel.
Ready. Go.
Let's go.
Ready.
Throwing on third and long. Goddard being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. And that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Jake Elliott readies for the field goal try. He was originally drafted by the Bengals. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So a late three there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Down. Head Lobo.
Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check the backer.
General West.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Slam, slam, slam. Rush in, rush in, rush in. 6 guys. Check.
Look at me. Zipper.
He's checking.
Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go. Hey, we got.
Hey, zoom.
Mike 53. Hey, keep it up.
Yo, go.
53, check 53. Hey, I'm coming.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 36-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
First down.
On the ready.
Mike 6. Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Caught by Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, team 6. Fire.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
4 down.
Yeah. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Sanders on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
No gain on the play there, second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with Cobb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Ready, 90, Wolf.
Watch the slap.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go, D. Let's go. And go Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Bring it. Bring it.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Goddard. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Bang, 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 bang. Protein spill.
Check 99. Check 99.
Get it.
Now a give left side to Falk. He's got a 1st down past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 82 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Charles, they had 6 DBs out there. They were thinking pass. They surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive backs, let's run the football. Let's get our big guys downfield and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
I'm going back to you.
Hey, Orbit. Pilot, 64, weak.
Jim.
They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
First down at the 35-yard line.
So nice number one. Blue Dan. Here we go. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Let's go.
Five.
Mike one.
On first down, Goddard. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
218, chop. Look at me. Go.
At the 33-yard line.
Check 50. Tight dog. Check 13.
Now a carry for Khan. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun on 3rd down, Goddard. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Matchbox lights.
I'm here all day. Mike one. Now watch one.
Ready?
From the gun, Goddard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Leo.
Tackle. Alert flare.
Operating from the gun, Goddard. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike one.
Hey.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it. So Mike's number 1.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Shoot.
On 4th down, Goddard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Brady eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
General West.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. So Mike's number 1.
Now.
You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Watch 1.
Ready, weapon.
Check 3. Check 3.
Hey, wahoo.
1. Mike 1.
Hey, lock it.
Safety Creek.
Yep.
Motion.
Hey, Zoo.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Hey, let's get this. Get this. Check.
Let's go.
To throw from his end zone. Goddard firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Watch 1. Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goddard over the middle. It's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
It's our field. It's our field.
Operating from the gun. Goddard. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
You must be dreaming. So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Goddard. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Check 26, check 26.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Go, go.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Defense wins championship.
Gone, gone.
31, check 31. Check 3, check 3.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Goddard. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Five.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Time to go, night, night.
Hey, exit.
Mike 20.
From the gun, Goddard. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Close to the ground and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Big series right here. So we got to smooth. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Y'all not ready. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Don't get nervous. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Come.
To throw again, Goddard. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up a 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come for you. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Switch up.
Rock it.
He's coming. We got to
Get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We got him.
Tonight,
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bengals, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plan. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man,